Hello everyone, Untitled Chapter. Welcome to part 2 of my Vanilla plus Biomes mod overviews. So we've seen pretty much up to jungle clearing, including forests that are flooded, dark forests, fens, and more. And we'll cover the rest, such as the Lowlands, the Oasis, and more of course. So, starting with the Lowlands. You can see that, let's check here, so this is a wooded hill, that's not it. So my guess is maybe it's sort of the hillish areas, with a few trees, maybe a bit of the water here, I'm not too sure. I'm assuming these aren't common. A forest edge, can we find a lowlands here for example? Where's the forest edge? Okay, so I'm not too sure then. Might have just been what I came across at the time. Yeah, so wooded hills, so they're not probably that much, but that's probably the general perspective I can give. Unless I can find much else on there. Okay, so this is what it is. Whoops. Okay, so you've got a much lower level, I guess. You've got access to water. You've got a few trees and a few patches in between with grass, so it's not too crowded. Got some animals spawning, a bit more water, and so on. So there's that. Next we have, let's see, we have a, we've already covered the lagoon, we'll go to the lush desert. We've already seen a few swamps as well. Okay, so the lush desert is filled with more cacti and dead bushes than the typical. I'm not sure if they only spawn near some water or otherwise either. Oops, that's not it. Okay, so, or shorelines or something. Can we find anything here? Nope, so not that one. So, guess that one over there sort of represents it the best, with more cacti than usual, and dead bushes and such than you typically would find in an area. But I assume it's not too common. Okay. Right. Next we have the mixed taiga. We might go with the swamp actually, just in case. Just for the sake of differences that we can point out. Let's see. So, oop, okay, let's see. So, along here, maybe? So a few trees bunched together, a few flowers maybe. That seems to be pretty much it, I guess, there. Yeah, for the looks of things. So go, well, that's L, that's M, so we want a mixed taiga next. Okay, so this will be a mixture of obviously different woods, being oak, birch, and spruce, in a taiga-like biome, with a few large oak trees in there, like so. There is that. And then we've got a mushroomy swamp next, which I assume has a few giant mushrooms like you typically see in a dark forest, but obviously in a swamp among a few other mushrooms as well spawning underneath. Don't have much of a large one here, but still quite a few noticeable mushrooms in the swamp. Oops. Okay, so we next have the Oasis, which has a lot more vibrant greens. We've got the more appealing blue water. We've got access to some beach here as well. So quite a small biome, this one in particular, but either way, that's what that's like. Okay, so next up we have the pine taiga with quite a few spruce trees with a bit more to their leaves by the looks of things. Bit of hills, bit of water, and so on. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay, so got Plains Hills, Plains Plateau we'll go with, because we do see quite a bit of Plains Hills, I'd assume, typically, depending on how the typical generation go. So we've got quite a hilly or mountainous area here with a plateau on the top, like so, which obviously you'll see in certain situations. Sure. So there's that. Probably not too common, but still something. Okay, next we have the pumpkin patch, which is like so, which has a lot more pumpkins. So pretty much similar to flower ones, except with more pumpkins in them, rather than making it where there's pumpkins that are every so often, not always that noticeable, or not always spawning. So yeah, you can easily find pumpkins in this biome. Next, did we do N? Yes, we did. O we've done. P we've done. Oh, actually, I don't think there's a Q biome. There is not. So we'll go to a red desert. Let's go to a desert that's got red sand, a few cacti. I don't really see any dead bushes because they probably are going to blend in. I think, well, maybe there just isn't any. No, doesn't seem to be any. So there's that. And a few cacti. Nope, so that's not a more bunched up one. I'm trying to think it is lush, I think it was before? Lush desert. Let's see, we've got the plateau as well. We've got the plateau for the Badlands. We'll go to the Rocky Plains next, as most plateaus will be probably pretty similar. And we'll set the time today to make it easy to see. And we've got the Rocky Plains, which is just a bunch of cobble rocks every so often. Maybe the stone coverage there. And then a bit of water in between, and then so we're just going to see a bit more stone sort of everywhere on occasion to make up rocks. Alrighty, we next have the Savanna related biomes. So just the lake thicket, and I'm not sure what the other one was. Okay, so we've got that next to a desert. So we've got the Savanna Lake, which probably has them fairly spaced out and there's a chance of water. Let's see, with a typical one here. I'm trying to see if I can find another example. It's not the same. Nah, so it's just one of those on occasion biomes you find. But yeah, it has a chance of water more so. I'll just go back and we'll see there's what? Scrub and thicket. So the scrub is more this sort of thing, so I guess maybe sort of difference of elevation, maybe just more sort of transitioning to less trees and obviously more bushes, of course, so that would also be the case, I guess. Okay, next T-biomes. So we've got more extensions to the taiga, tall versions of trees and such. We've got the tall tree, just to get an idea. Okay, so we've got a few that look like this, it seems. Okay, so quite something. So obviously the leaves more covering the logs, and they're not branching out much more, sort of just favouring verticality. So there's that. I don't know if we'll probably find any others. I've got a few bushes as well. My guess is the rest of these will be pretty much similar. So let's see, we're gonna say a tall, snowy, because we haven't been to one yet. Okay, and nope, okay, so they're just taller versions, they're not the tall tree-like, okay, so just a lot more vertically tall. Okay, so there's that, we've got our snowy tundra over there. And if we go to the last view, because I assume that most of the tall ones will be pretty much similar to the tiger one here. We've got a swamp clearing and a few others. Sparse forest I haven't covered yet. We'll go to that and then we'll end off with the weathered badlands, I guess. Which was it again? Swamp clearing, I guess. Just to see what difference there is. Probably just a bit more space in between, I guess. Yeah. So it's just a small thing. Maybe with the water, maybe with... yeah, so no trees and lots of bits and pieces. Okay. That's pretty much what to expect there, which makes sense. And we'll remove this, and we'll go to W, which is the weathered badlands plateau. Just wait to generate. And it couldn't find it apparently, okay. But yeah, my guess is it's pretty much just the same as the plateau, but maybe has a bit more to it though. So that's going to be annoying. So just for the distance it's trying to search for it, can't find one. Oh well. Thanks so much for watching though, and goodbye.